Hi, and welcome to today's Facebook Live of how to set goals and establish healthy habits for success in 2018. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you missed out on yesterday's webinar, I decided to do it on Facebook Live, and I hope that you will be joining me today. So you're in the right place today if you have been on the yo-yo train, if you have been on that roller coaster and can't seem to get off. Maybe you are really productive and then unproductive, or maybe you gain weight and lose weight and gain weight and lose weight. If you want to get off the yo-yo train, you are in the right place today. You are in the right place today if you are awesome at setting goals but struggle to follow through. And you are in the right place today if you want to improve your self-esteem and feel awesome about yourself and life. So a little bit about my story. So if this is your first time getting to know me, a little bit about my story. So I was an athlete my whole life. I played soccer, I was a gymnast, I played soccer in college, I then became a marathoner, and then I ultimately started doing Ironmans. But even with all of these athletics in my life, I struggle with my body image. And I have a bachelor's in sports medicine and athletic training, and I'm a certified personal trainer by the National Academy of Sports Medicine. And I went from self-sabotaging behaviors to empowered choices that made me feel confident in my own skin. I had all this knowledge, but no one was teaching me how. And it took me going through my own ups and downs to figure out what really worked. And so to share a little bit of my own journey, I was testing out my hows. By last year in 2017, I decided that how many of you have set a goal or started a new resolution only to not follow through a few weeks or a month or two later? Well, this was me. And I just was over it. How do we establish new healthy habits? And so I was on a mission to take all of my education and apply it. So I had been dealing with IT band syndrome, and it kept on popping up. I had gone to ART, physical therapy, massage therapists, foam rolling, take time off. I was doing all these things, but it was just fixing the immediate problem. It wasn't preventing it, and I wasn't finding longevity away from this injury. So I said, what if I just did 6 minutes of daily yoga? So I created this simple 6-minute daily yoga routine that I started to do. And I can tell you that I have been doing it every day since, and I have not had IT band syndrome since. And so what I learned was, when we can apply it, when we can establish these healthy habits, when we learn how to do it, the results make us never want to stop those healthy habits. So that is just an example of one of my own experiences where it changed my life by establishing a new healthy habit. But there was more than just learning healthy habits, working on my mindset. I started paying attention to how my menstrual cycle affected my consistency and commitment and my mental state. I started learning how to make it work for me instead of against me. So often our hormones affect the way that we ebb and flow, our mind, our behaviors, our choices, our energy levels. And so I started researching. I wanted to understand how the menstrual cycle affected my behaviors, my choices. So today's agenda: how to set goals for success, research on habits, how to create new healthy habits, and what healthy habits to introduce into your daily life for improved self-confidence and productivity. So right now, I want you to think about, what do you want 2018 to look like? And what do you visualize? And I don't want you to think, oh, well, I wish I were skinnier, or, oh, I wish I was stronger. I wish I had more money, or I want to be skinnier in 2018, or I want to lose 10 pounds in 2018, or I want to save more money. I want to make $10,000 more this year. I want you to let go of that mindset, and I want you to visualize. How do you feel? What are you doing? In 2018, are you laughing and playing with your kids? Are you walking into a job that makes you smile and laugh? Are you feeling great about yourself and walking in and having fun with your friends and feeling like the best version of yourself? What does it look like? What does 2018 feel like to you? And start there. So then, how do we manifest this? Create a Pinterest board. Print out images and hang up a vision board somewhere where you can see it every day as a reminder. A lot of times we start to visualize and we think about what we want our life to look like, and then, or even we write down goals. But unless it's staring us right in the face, we forget, we lose track of it. We have no idea what our goal was to begin with. So put it somewhere where you see it every single day. So maybe it's writing it down. Maybe you don't want a Pinterest board. Maybe you don't want to find images. So what if you just wrote it down and printed it out and put it on your desk, on your computer screen, in your bathroom, in your office, and put it somewhere where you can see it every single day. Set goals for a quarter. So now that you have this visualization of what 2018 looks like, how many of you when you start out 2018, you're like, I'm gonna do yoga, I'm gonna work out more, I'm gonna save money, I'm going to eat healthier, I'm going to be kinder, I'm gonna give back more, and suddenly you have a list of so many goals that you are overwhelmed and none of them get done. Well, I've been there too. That happened to me. So I started setting quarterly goals. So take what you're visualizing for 2018 and work your way backwards. Think about, what do you want the next 90 days to look like? I want you to take a moment right now, and I want you to write down, what do you want the next 90 days to look like? Just write down 2 goals, no more. So now that you've set your goals, let me walk you through this. Make it actionable. For example, instead of saying I want to lose 10 pounds, rephrase it to say, I will work out 5 times a week for 12 minutes. Now, why would I say this? Because when you say you just want to lose 10 pounds, you don't have the how. And that's the biggest mistake people make when they are setting goals. How are you going to do it? When you set a goal, I'm going to work out 5 times a week for 12 minutes, the results are going to come. So you have to create goals that are actionable. Then include a by when. I will have worked out 20 times by January 31st. Now you have an end goal. So now you have your vision for 2018, you have your 90-day goals, and then you break that down one step further into monthly goals. So I will work out going back to my example, I will work out 5 times a week for 12 minutes. Now I will have worked out 20 times by January 31st. So this gives you, now you can start to check it off as you go. So you always want to start with a big picture and then break it down into smaller bites that are manageable and reasonable. Notice how the goal is 5 times a week for 12 minutes. This allows 2 days a week for life to happen, things to get in the way, and for you to maybe prioritize something else. But 20 times during the month of January. So now that we've visualized what 2018 looks like, set goals for Q1, and then you set monthly goals, weekly goals, and you've turned that into a daily actionable habit. Every day, I'm going to do 6 minutes of my daily yoga. So now I want to share with you some research on habits. Have you guys ever heard of the marshmallow experiment? So the marshmallow experiment was when they took kids and they put them in a room with one marshmallow in front of them on a plate. And they told the kids that if they sat there long enough for X amount of time, they would get a second marshmallow. So there was incentive to wait. So a lot of kids sat there and they'd put their head down, they're staring at the marshmallow, and some of them are licking it and sniffing it. And what they found was only about 30% of the kids in this experiment waited for the second marshmallow. Their willpower was what it seemed to maybe come from within. But then they started wondering, is willpower finite? Can we strengthen it? Is it like a muscle? Do we exhaust it? So more research was developed. The next experiment I want to share with you all is a willpower experiment where, again, this theory of, is willpower like a muscle? Can we exhaust it? Can we strengthen it? So some researchers got together and they decided that they were going to put people in a room and they were going to have two groups. And the first group went into the room and they were shown cookies, and they were allowed to eat as many cookies as they wanted. Chocolate chip cookies, warm baked chocolate chip cookies. The second group was put into the room and they had the warm baked chocolate chip cookies, and they were told, and with then next to it a bowl of radishes, and they were told that they were only allowed to eat the radishes. So as you can imagine, these people who are not allowed to eat the chocolate chip cookies and only the radishes, but these warm baked chocolate chip cookies are sitting there in front of them, and they are sniffing them, they're picking them up, and as the melted chocolate sits on their hand, they lick it off, and their willpower is being used. So they asked both groups to sit there for 20 minutes. And what they asked each group to do is to do a puzzle after that. Now, the puzzle actually was an impossible puzzle. And what they found was that the first group that was allowed to eat as many cookies as they wanted were able to work on this impossible puzzle longer than those who had already used their willpower by not being shown the cookies but not being allowed to eat them. So what does this mean? They started to see that maybe willpower can be exhausted like a muscle. But then the question was, well, can we strengthen it? So another experiment by a different group of researchers took place. And this group decided that they were going to give people a gym program for 90 days. Then they took another group and they said, we're going to give you a financial plan where you save money for 90 days. And what they found in both groups, that as they were establishing a healthy habit that made them feel good, it spilled over into other areas of their life. They started drinking less, they started eating better, they stopped smoking, they were kinder, and they were more productive at work, they were earning more money. And all of these healthy habits were showing up in all these other areas of their life. They realized that, yes, maybe willpower can be exhausted, but it can also be strengthened. So what does this mean? Well, now we're going to get into how to create healthy habits from what we've learned. So we learned, start with short-term goals. Make it manageable, something where it is foolproof, like brushing your teeth. So I want to share with you one of my favorite metaphors. How many of you wake up in the morning, you're rushing out the door, and you realize when you get to wherever you're going, you forgot to brush your teeth? And all you want to do right now, you're reaching for that gum left and right, asking people for mints, and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to brush my teeth. And the second you have a chance to brush your teeth, you do it. Or maybe it's late at night and you're exhausted and you've fallen asleep and you went to bed without brushing your teeth. If this is, but then the next chance you get, that next morning, maybe you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't take it and you start brushing your teeth. This is a healthy habit where no matter what, you start brushing your teeth again. You don't just stop brushing your teeth forever. But how many of you go to the gym, you're going to the gym, or maybe you're working out, you're doing an exercise program, and all of a sudden life happens and you stop working out. And then you haven't worked out. A week goes by, 2 weeks go by, and now you haven't worked out in 1 or 2 weeks. But yet when you brush your teeth, the next chance you get, you brushed your teeth. So this is what I want to help you. How do we take what we do with brushing our teeth and how do we apply it to other areas of our life? Well, the first step is have a plan for triggers. So I want to touch on another experiment real quick, and this is where they took a bunch of people who just had knee replacement surgery, and they gave them a physical therapy program. And they asked each one of these people to monitor their progress through the physical therapy program. So they handed them a journal. And so these 68-year-olds who just had knee replacement surgery, they found that everybody was obviously dealing with pain. As you can imagine, it's probably hard to get up and walk and start moving. It's painful. So what they found was that those who completed the physical therapy from start to finish, when they opened up their journals, each one of those people had a plan for how to deal with pain, how to deal with a trigger. They said to themselves, maybe they wrote down, when I feel pain, I am going to just take 5 steps. Or maybe they said to themselves, when I feel pain, I'm just going to stand up. Or when I feel pain, I'm just going to still go for a walk around the block. They planned for those triggers. So this is one of the other key steps into how do you create a healthy habit? Well, you have to plan for those triggers. My other tip is establish one healthy habit. Strengthen your willpower and let it flow into other areas of your life. So just like I was saying, how often do you say at the beginning of the year, or maybe you're establishing new goals in the middle of the year, whenever it is, and you say to yourself, well, I'm going to start eating healthy, going to the gym, giving back, saving money, and now your list is so long that you do none of it. Well, I'm here to tell you, start with one. And once one becomes a daily habit, it will trickle into all the other areas of your life. Now, the last tip on how to create healthy habits in this section is reduce the possibility of exhausting willpower by surrounding yourself with like-minded people, with habits that you want to establish. So how I was sharing with you that experiment where those people had to sit in a room, those poor people, where they had to eat the radishes and they were not allowed to eat the warm baked chocolate chip cookies. And their willpower was exhausted. Well, of course, every time you hang out with those friends who are like, oh, I feel like pizza tonight. What do you feel like? Or, hey, do you want to go get drinks? Or, oh, I don't feel like going to the gym today. When you surround yourself with people like that, you are exhausting your willpower. You will empower yourself and you will strengthen your willpower when you find someone who already has that healthy habit that you want to establish in place, and they can support you to reach that goal and establish that healthy habit. Now you have the support and no willpower needs to be exhausted. Instead, you are supported and you can strengthen that healthy habit, that willpower. My 3 C's for success in how to create this healthy habit. Number 1, consistency. Have you ever done well in school or at your job by not showing up regularly to work? No. You have to show up. You have to put in the work to get the promotion, to get the raise, to earn more money. You have to be consistent every single day. Well, it's the same thing with establishing a healthy habit. You have to be consistent if you want to see results. You also have to be committed. You are committed to your job. You are committed to your family. You are committed to your friends. Commitment is the key to success. In order to have consistency, you have to be committed to this healthy habit. You have to have changed your mind and committed to this healthy habit that you want to establish, and then be consistent. And the third C is choice. How many of you during this holiday season have gone to a holiday party and you said you were only going to have one cookie? And before you know it, you've had 3 or 4 cookies, and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I end up having 4 cookies? I told myself I was only going to have 1. Well, you have a choice. No one is forcing those cookies in your mouth. No one's forcing ice cream or pie or seconds. You are empowered by your own choice. You are responsible for it, which means when you choose to have more than 1 cookie, own it, love it, enjoy it. You made that choice. When you feel shame, when you feel guilty, when you feel like you've done something you shouldn't have, this just fuels self-sabotage. This makes us give up. This makes us feel like we didn't do what we wanted to do. So when you are making that choice, own it, love it, and know that you are the only one that is responsible for putting that cookie or multiple cookies in your mouth. So again, the 3 C's for success are consistency, commitment, and choice. So I have some ideas for healthy habits. The first is 6 minutes of daily yoga. As I shared with you all, this changed my life. I was dealing with IT band syndrome, and ever since I started this healthy habit, January 1st of this year actually, I have not had one bout of IT band syndrome. So it trickled into something more than that, though. It allowed me to have time to myself, create peace and calmness inside when everything, the second you get out into the world, it is stressful. So I decided this is also my time to share a mantra with myself. I am confident. I am a good listener. I am creative. I feel productive. I am worthy. I am beautiful. I repeat mantras to myself while I do my 6 minutes of daily yoga. So that could be a healthy habit that maybe you want to start today. I have good news for you. I have recorded my daily 6-minute yoga routine, and it is free on theregimen.co on my website. It is something that you can start to incorporate as well for free. My other idea for a healthy habit is the daily 12-minute metabolism booster workout. So I want to give you a little bit of a story behind this healthy habit that I started. So yes, I am an Ironman triathlete, but I was struggling to find time to do strength, which I know is so important for me, especially as a woman, to strengthen my bones and boost my metabolism, my testosterone levels, to give me energy throughout the day, especially when progesterone enters our cycle, when it is making us tired. And so I was like, well, 6 minutes seems too short, and 20 minutes seems a little long to do every day, but 12 minutes. So I started doing 12 minutes, and I was getting stronger and fitter and feeling better about myself. And so I started sharing it with everybody else. And the results for people were amazing. One girl went from only being able to do 1 push-up to 15 push-ups. Another woman lost 17 pounds in 30 days doing the 12-minute daily metabolism booster. Another woman felt more self-confident. I have another woman who did the 12-minute metabolism booster, was afraid of going for her dream job, and after doing the 12-minute metabolism booster every day for 30 days, had the courage and the confidence to go after her dream job. And guess what? She got it. So I believe that the 12-minute daily metabolism booster is more than just a daily strength workout. Maybe it is 10 minutes of daily meditation. Clear your mind. Take time for yourself. Maybe it's read 10 pages every day. This is one of my favorites. How many of you are empowered by knowledge? When you have knowledge, you feel smart and strong and worthy because you know, you're in the know, especially in your field, in work. How many of you keep up to date with research? How many of you keep up to date with the latest trends? So reading 10 pages a day, maybe it's self-help. You guys know I'm a self-help junkie. Maybe it's 10 pages in a self-help junkie every day so that you get that boost of motivation that you need to feel your best every single day. Maybe it's journaling for 5 minutes every day. Maybe you want to get those thoughts out. Maybe you sometimes have negative thoughts and or thoughts that bring you down, and this is a great place to share that. It is a safe space, and then you take the time to read it and turn it into something positive that empowers you, that makes you feel good. So I want to share with you some testimonials that I have received to people who have started the Athlete Guide or done the 12 minutes or who I have coached. And one of these testimonials is from a woman, Sarah, who lives in France and has 2 children. And she says, "Hi, Katie. I hope you're having a great weekend. I just wanted to tell you how much you changed my life with only a 1-hour call. All the things you told made their way toward the deepest part of my mind, and I really feel like my spirit is lighter, like someone lifted a burden off my shoulders. Now I get that I always have a choice, and I am the only responsible one for those choices and in charge of my life. And I want to thank you for that because it was life-changing. Thanks." Lish from Canada. She has 2 sons, married. "Merry Christmas to the person who has hands down changed my life. Today has been busy and insane, and I am hosting 1 million people. I took 25 minutes of my time, did sprints on the treadmill for 10 minutes, followed by 15 minutes of TRX. I have made more veggies than I can count for supper. I am wishing you your best year yet in 2018. You seriously deserve the best." And if you don't know, my mom, 62 years old, signed up for the 12-minute metabolism booster as well as the Summer Vibes Challenge and the Athlete Guide, all unbeknownst to me, all on her own. And she has seen results that have just been heartwarming to me, that my mom has found success in my own program. "Hey, Kate, I'm a big fan of the regimen because it is the first time in my life that I am committed to an exercise program. Why? Because I am not a gym rat and I don't have an hour to devote to exercise daily. When I start my day with this simple 12-minute routine in my own family room, I feel better about myself in general and more productive, and am committed to eating better all day long." So why you showed up today? You are sick of the roller coaster of starting and not finishing, and you want to hop off that yo-yo train. Why you showed up today? You are ready to follow through with goals and healthy habits you set for yourself. You want to boost your self-confidence and feel good about yourself in the life you are creating. So next steps. So I created the Regimen's Athlete Guide, which is an 8-week program. You do not have to be an athlete to do this program. This is about tapping into your inner athlete. This is to help you establish healthy habits. This is to help you increase your self-confidence, set goals, and track progress for success. Now, what are the features and benefits of the Regimen's Athlete Guide? Well, what I have found in a lot of programs, how many of you have signed up for a fitness program only to not have finished it? How many of you who have bought a nutrition plan or recipes only to find that you didn't make any of them or follow it? Well, I decided, going back to that exhausting willpower and strengthening it, we all need a community. So every week, as part of the Athlete Guide program, I do a weekly live group coaching call where everyone who is able to, on that day, joins in the weekly live group coaching call, and you get access not just to me for support, to ask questions, for motivation, but you have access to the private Athlete Guide Regimember Facebook group, where you get the support in the community that we all need so that we can strengthen our willpower, not exhaust it. You also get, in the Athlete Guide, all of the research and understanding how your menstrual cycle affects your nutrition choices, fitness progress, and energy. If you want to understand how estrogen and progesterone affect you daily and monthly, then this program is for you. It has been designed for the woman, for understanding how to make your menstrual cycle work for you, not against you. The program also includes self-reflection questions for self-growth and improvement. How many of you get a nutrition plan and you're like, well, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that? Well, part of these self-reflection questions, yes, some of them are basic. They are saying, hey, what are your favorite green vegetables? Write it down right now. So that when you go to the grocery store, you are prepared. You know that when you buy that food, you like it. So a lot of these self-reflection questions aren't just about forgiving yourself and self-love and writing down what you're proud of, what your challenges are, what you're really good at. Though that's all important, but it's also understanding how to set yourself up for success to establish these healthy habits. What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are your challenges? What's your plan for tackling the challenges? Just like those people getting knee replacement, who had knee replacements and were getting physical therapy. So you have your self-reflection questions. I also have included fitness tests. I don't believe in measuring success or progress by the number on the scale or how many inches you've lost. What if you were able to do more push-ups? What if you got stronger? What if you could do more burpees in a minute? What if you could run faster? What if you felt empowered by the progress through fitness testing, not the number on the scale, not how many inches you lost? So in the Athlete Guide, there are fitness tests so that you can track your progress, where you feel empowered by your progress, not where you get on the scale. How many of you have ever gotten on the scale during a fitness program? It doesn't say what you want it to say, and you just give up. But what if I told you that in this program, it is a guilt-free zone? You are empowered by your progress because you are basing your progress on fitness tests, not the number on the scale. The regiment's Athlete Guide also includes a weekly and daily program. So every week there is a plan for you, for nutrition, for exercise, and for self-growth, self-improvement. And every day there's a little journal that tells you exactly what you need to do to establish these healthy habits. It is foolproof. So what do you get when you enroll outside of the Athlete Guide program? I have some bonuses for you. A one-on-one coaching session with me. Maybe you have some questions. Maybe you need some special advice. Maybe you need the program tailored a little bit more to you. Maybe you have some challenges that you need some advice with. Well, if you enroll in the Athlete Guide program, you also get a one-on-one coaching call with me. You also get access to the 6 premium workout videos that are each about 15 to 20 minutes in length. So if you are traveling or you need a little pick-me-up and you want to be guided through your workout, you also get the 6 premium regimen workout videos included when you enroll in the Athlete Guide. And each video has each 6, so you have 6 videos. One is for plyometrics, getting that heart rate up. One is for leg strength. One is for arm strength. One is a total body workout. One is core strength. And one is for recovery. So if you enroll in the Athlete Guide program, you will get that one-on-one coaching call as well as access to the premium workout videos. Now, if you enroll in the next 20 minutes, right now we are live. It is 7:37 a.m. Pacific time. If you enroll in the next 20 minutes, you also will get the Regimen's True Happiness Workbook, How to Attain True Happiness. And you will also get the Regimen's My 10-Minute Guided Meditation video. So if you enroll in the next 20 minutes, you will also get that True Happiness, How to Attain True Happiness Workbook, as well as a 10-minute guided meditation. So how do you enroll? Well, I'm going to put a link right here, right now, and you can enroll right this second. So I'm going to put a link right here below. Sign up or enroll. Enroll in Athlete Guide program here. So if you are interested in enrolling, you want to change your life, you want to follow through with those goals, you want to establish healthy habits, if you want to get off that yo-yo train, this program is for you. It's time for you to feel empowered. It is time for you to feel self-confident and boost that self-esteem. So how much is this? Everything, the coaching, the program that you own forever, the workouts, the nutrition plan, the self-growth mental training plan, everything is $197. That's it, $197. You own this program forever, and you also get weekly group live coaching calls with me, and those bonuses, the one-on-one coaching call, as well as the 6 workout videos. So now that I have finished up, I'd love to answer any questions that you guys might have about the Athlete Guide or how to set goals or establish healthy habits for success in 2018. So if you have any questions, please comment in the comment box below, and I'd be happy to answer any. I think, hi Keely, hi Davis. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope that this has been I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I am going to be posting this. So if you are watching the replay of this right now, please feel free to put your comment in the comment box, and I will make sure to answer it when I get a chance, ASAP. But yes, if you are watching the replay of this, feel free to leave a comment, and I will make sure that I get back to you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.